In this lecture, we are going to discuss part 4 of the reading module, reading for viewpoints. So, as usual, I will go through the questions. According to the article, minor hockey improves players what? What is one result of hockey madness? According to the writer, what is the primary source of peer pressure? Who would most want hockey parents to take the course? Okay, hockey parents. Hockey madness can harm a child's what? Okay, improves, madness, primary source of peer pressure, parents and harm. Okay, so these are the keywords, and this is what article. Okay, an article from a website. You will get 3-4 paragraphs. Based on that, 5 isolated questions are standalone questions, and then you have replied to this article, okay, in the form of a passage, okay, something like comment, and you will have fill in the blanks just like we had in the part 1. So let's start. I have analyzed. Let's start now. It's a tradition. Thousands of Canadian children don skates and train in minor hockey leagues, some from the time they learn to walk. Good sportsmanship and teamwork are supposed to be the main lessons learned, but they have recently been overshadowed by the drive to win at any cost. Then nowadays belligerent parents, sometimes captured on YouTube, yell at their offspring to hit harder on the ice while they fight amongst themselves in the stands. Parents exchange insults, shoves, punches, slaps and threats. Homicides have even occurred. The minor hockey improves. Minor hockey improves what? No. Only a small fraction of parents are guilty of this hockey madness, but their actions carry broad repercussions, including costly litigations, wasted resources, and damage to the reputation of a time-honored sport. Okay, what is one result? Fraudulent lawsuits, injured parental training, more soccer teams. Hockey coaches, no, they did not say like hockey injured hockey coaches. Let's read. Now, minor hockey organizations in most provinces try to safeguard players' enthusiasm by making parents pass a respect in sports course before their kids hits the ice. Okay, the primary course. Who would most want hockey parents? Janes. Okay, no. What is one result of hockey madness? Fraudulent, injured parental training. What is one result of hockey madness? So, what you can say? We don't, lawsuits are there but not fraud. Injury to hockey coach, no, not mentioned. More soccer teams, not mentioned. So what? Parental training. According to the article, minor hockey improves players what? So far I have not read, I think, this one. Anyway, let's continue. At a recent community awareness event hosted by Sports for Kids, most parents interviewed bemoaned the current state of minor hockey, insisting that problems caused by a few were ruining things for everyone. Uh, Parent Janice said both her sons started playing at age 5, burned out after multiple injuries, and now, to her disappointment, all team sports. She blames her son's injuries on hockey parents who bullied their kids to bully mine, Former hockey parent Meg Nakamura felt her daughter had a milder experience with bullies, but a fair bit of peer pressure. Okay, she eventually turned to soccer instead. Okay. According to the 100 attendees, director offered the advice to parents: let kids choose their own sports. They will not only get off the couch and move and get moving, they'll excel at what they love. Just don't let them develop big egos. They are a lifelong hindrance. In the subsequent open mic discussion, one parent, Joe's, is that even reluctantly playing any competitive sport will give kids a self-discipline. Okay, they need to succeed in life. However, recovering hockey dad Steve said, organized sports destroys kid spirit and bring out the worst in parents. Just forget organized sports entirely until your kids at least 18. I am done with the paragraph. Now let's go through it. According to the article, minor hockey leaves improves players what? So improves players. Minor hockey, some from the time they learn good and team and sports were main lessons learned. Sportsmanship and teamwork. So activities, self-esteem, peer relationship, self-discipline. So what will be your answer? Good sportsmanship, one, and teamwork. So which one includes both? Peer relationships. Okay. Then, according to writer, what is the primary source of peer pressure? Aggressive guardians, egotistical coaches, no. Competitive siblings, no. Organized sports, no way. So, what? Aggressive guardians, like parents. So, who is putting pressure on their kids? Parents only. Who would most want hockey parents to take the course? So, who would means they? It is not mentioned, but who would? Those guys whose kids were hurt by bullies. So, uh, interviewed sports for kid most parents. Janice, both her sons now they have shunned all. So Janice won, and she blames farmer hockey. Milder, she eventually turned to soccer. Okay, so Meg Nakamura, Janice and Meg. So Janice, Steph, okay, both are mentioned. Now, what is the question? Who would most want? So let's read. Addressing the under after this advertisement, and let's choose a round. They will not only get out of the course and get moving. Just don't let them develop big egos. In the subsequent open mic, one parent Joes, even directly playing any the sport will give to self-discipline they need to. Recovering that organize or decides bring out the worst in parents, just forget organized sports entirely. Okay, I did not get direct answer, maybe I have missed something, so let me go through this one again. So who would most want? Sometimes captured parents. Okay, broad wasted, and now minor Hercules, and respect in sports to safeguard enthusiasm by making parents pass a respecting course before their kids hit the ice. Sports by kid, most parents interviewed bemoan the current state. So I'll go for what? I'll go for your uh, Janice only. Okay, because see what is written. Both her sons started at 5, burned out after multiple injuries, and now why? On hockey parents. Okay, she is directly blaming. Okay, here this lady Meg Nakamura, she is not blaming on parents, she is saying peer pressure, but Janice is blaming on the parents. So I'll go for your Janice here. Hockey madness can harm a child's what? Can harm a child's what? Uh, Personal reputation, no. Competitive spirit, yes. Motivation to exercise, no. Passion for sports. So, passion for sports. Why? They shun all team sports and she turned to soccer. Okay. So, competitive spirit, no. Means these three can be eliminated. Okay. In fact, like this lady said, her daughter turned to soccer, but this passion for that particular sport, it can harm. So I'll go for this particular answer. Okay. Then we have the reply. I was one of the parents at the meeting, and as one can glean from the article, the majority of parents who spoke dash minor hockey present state, who spoke, argued in support of, felt frustrated, regretted their role, were unsure how to fix. How to fix minor hockey present state? Then, here I'll say, because conceding the intensity, conceding the state, okay, of present hockey, I'll say felt frustrated. Okay, because these two parents are kind of frustrated, like what happened, it is because of peer pressure, it is because of these bullies. Okay, here also something like that is there. Then this being said, it's hard to buy into Kosonsi. So who is this one? And let me. This is Joe's. And okay, organized sports destroys a kid's spirit. Okay, and bring out the worst in parents. Just forget organized sports entirely until your kids. Okay, now let's go. It's hard to buy into, like you start sports at 18. No, I won't go with that one. spiteful prediction, angry accusation, pessimistic outlook, vengeful perspective. So what we will say? Pessimistic. Now he is so pessimistic, like he is saying start after you are 18. So that is totally negative approach. Minor hockey was a disaster for my kids. Okay. However, consistent with the sports for kids representative says, I think that's because they had difficulty choosing. They were modest about their sport. They wanted to play a different one, and they need a less competitive sport. No. So, however, consistent with what the sports for kids representative says, I think that is because they wanted to play a different sport. Now see what is written. Let kids choose their own sports. Okay, let them choose. So they wanted to play a different sport. Okay, and then in contrast, I completely disagree with one of his points and would argue that it's entirely possible for kids to dash. Now let's read. Just don't let them develop big egos. They are a lifelong hindrance. Open mic. Okay. Now, what are the options? It is entirely possible for kids to develop what? Kids to choose hockey but still be bullied. No, this can't be eliminated. Why? In hockey itself, like they are getting bullied, and if they are getting bullied, they will choose some other sport. So it should be choose XYZ sport, still be bullied. So no, this can't be. Develop egos but will succeed. Don't know. Make choices on their own. Entirely possible. No. So this doesn't fit in the context. Okay, and kids to play well but still want to quit. No, this also doesn't fit well. Like if they're doing well, they won't be quitting. Okay, only like when they're being bullied, they're not doing well, they may quit. But if they're doing well, so it doesn't fit in the context. So I think first one, fourth one can be eliminated. Make choices on their own. These guys they are saying make choices. So this particular one, make choices, I discussed here. So I think if I have to choose between your second and third, I'll go for develop egos, because they are saying like don't let them develop ego. So if I'm talking about something against it, I'll say it is still possible that they are not playing hockey, they can still develop ego, or they can develop ego and still succeed. Okay, so because this person is disagreeing with what? Disagreeing with this idea. Like see, just don't let them develop big egos, they are a lifelong hindrance. Now what will be against this statement? The contrarian statement will say they can develop and still it cannot be hindrance. They can develop ego but they can still succeed. Okay, then my overall takeaway from the article is that parents should strive to be aggressive fans, sideline coaches, sportive leaders in the community. So common sense is supportive. I think this time I could not finish on time. Okay, it was bit on the difficult side, I can say, or maybe I was explaining slowly, so that's why I took time. I think I answered 9 questions. Okay, within that time. Now let's say if I try to proofread. So peer relationship, yes, from where I got good and teamwork. Parental training, aggressive guardian, Jane. So I have to choose between two, between your Meg and this one. Meg daughter like peer pressure. She left because of peer pressure. Her kids left because of this one bullies. So Janice, and hockey madness can harm a child's personal reputation. No other competitive. Maybe the second and fourth one. Now I'll check answer after this. And here students can make mistake in number 5, they can make mistake in number 6. I think this also was not direct answer. Pessimistic, I am sure about this one. They can make mistake here also, number 8. Here also I had to think. Okay, number 9, and this one was easy. So if someone is not careful or if someone is not good in reading, he or she can make how many mistakes? 4 mistakes here. Now let's see like what is our score in all the 4 parts. So First section, if you remember what I discussed in part 1, all are correct here. Okay, can learn to drive guitar lessons, well, all were easy. This one was very easy, I need not to check it. Application, customer service, okay, this one was very easy. Here also I got all correctly. So see, the last minute change is all correct. It means when I was done reading the paragraph and answering the question, I had made 4 mistakes, because at the last moment I changed 4 answers. So it means initially I answered 4 incorrectly. Okay, and like here I think I by mistake selected C. Okay, it was D. And here peer, parental, aggressive, Janice, passion, and well, all are correct. And this time I missed what? I missed your the time. Okay, I couldn't finish the explanation and the answering part. Usually I am able to. So I hope you have got the idea. Like, how do? I always go through questions first in part 3 and part 4. Then I read the passage or the paragraph. Once I have read the first paragraph, I'll go through question. If I am able to answer 1 or 2 questions, that's good. Then I'll read paragraph 2. Again, like, I'll jump to question. Then paragraph 3, I'll jump to question. So this is how I do. Okay. So that's all about this particular lecture. Okay, I have discussed these 4 parts in detail. Now in the next lecture I will take one complete test. Okay, there I won't explain anything, I will just take test on my own. So I may not explain this much slowly, I may skim, you may not understand what I am saying. Okay, I'll be a bit fast. Why? Because I have to, complete the test in time, and that I will do on my portal. Okay, so you can see like how I am taking test in real. Okay, so that's all guys, thank you very much. Now jump to the next lecture and see how I am taking a complete reading test within allotted time. The only difference will be in the exam, you may get a section twice, you may get a part twice, like you may get email part twice, or by the information part twice, or viewpoint part twice. Okay, so I hope you are aware of that. In exam we don't get overall 4 parts, we get 5 parts. One, maybe first one, second one, third one, or fourth one. One of the parts is going to feature again. Okay, you will get twice, and that part will be unmarked, but we won't be knowing. Now for example, if I am getting this one, fourth part, reading correspondence, no, let's say I am getting this part twice. Okay, this part twice. Now I won't get to know whether the first one is graded one or the second one is. We don't get to know that. So we have to attempt all the parts in the same way. Never assume the first one will be ungraded or this one will be ungraded. Okay. So that's all guys. Thank you very much.